Imagine an island so vast it could swallow entire nations, so icy it holds the fate of global sea levels, and so strategically placed that the world's most powerful countries are quietly competing for influence over it. This is Greenland. Often dismissed as a frozen wasteland on the edge of the map, Greenland is anything but irrelevant. Beneath its ice lies the key to Earth's climate history. Around its shores lies control of future Arctic trade routes. And within its political status lies a question that could reshape global power in the 21st century. Greenland is the largest island on Earth, yet home to fewer people than many small towns. It is both ancient and modern, isolated yet globally significant, remote yet central to the future of climate science, geopolitics, and international security. Today, we're going to explore Greenland in depth, its geography, physical features, history, political status, strategic importance, and most importantly, why Greenland matters more now than ever before. This is the story of the island that may quietly shape humanity's future. Part 1. Geography, the giant of the North. Greenland sits between the Arctic Ocean and the North Atlantic, northeast of Canada and northwest of Europe. Despite being geographically part of North America, it has deep historical and political ties to Europe. Covering approximately 2.16 million square kilometers, Greenland is the largest island in the world, nearly 3 times the size of Texas. Yet despite its enormous size, roughly 80% of the island is buried beneath ice. If Greenland were suddenly ice-free, it would reveal a rugged landscape of mountains, valleys, fjords, rivers, and lakes. In fact, parts of central Greenland are actually below sea level, held dry only by the immense weight of the ice pressing down on the land. The coastline stretches over 44,000 kilometers, longer than Earth's equator, carved deeply by glaciers that have flowed into the ocean for thousands of years. These fjords, some of the longest and deepest on the planet, are among Greenland's most striking geographical features. Unlike Antarctica, Greenland is not a continent. It is a true island, surrounded entirely by water, which makes its ice sheet far more vulnerable to warming oceans and atmospheric change. Part 2. Physical features, the ice that holds the oceans back. At the heart of Greenland lies its defining feature, the Greenland ice sheet. This colossal body of ice is the second largest ice mass on Earth, after Antarctica. In places, it is more than 2 miles thick. It contains enough frozen water to raise global sea levels by approximately 23 feet if it were to melt completely. The ice sheet is not static. It flows slowly, like a frozen river, toward the sea. Massive glaciers such as Jakobshovin Glacier move faster than almost any glacier on Earth, shedding enormous icebergs into the ocean. Greenland's interior is a frozen plateau, where temperatures can plunge below -40 degrees Fahrenheit. But along the coasts, conditions are surprisingly more moderate due to ocean currents. Beyond ice, Greenland is home to towering mountain ranges, permafrost tundra, ice-free coastal zones where human settlement is possible, seasonal rivers formed by summer melt. There are no forests in Greenland. Vegetation is limited to mosses, grasses, lichens, and low shrubs adapted to extreme cold. This harsh environment has shaped everything from wildlife to human survival strategies over thousands of years. Part 3. The people and the land. Greenland is home to approximately 56,000 people, making it one of the most sparsely populated regions on Earth. The majority of the population is Kalaallit Inuit, descendants of Arctic peoples who migrated across the Arctic thousands of years ago. These communities developed sophisticated survival techniques, hunting seals, whales, and fish, traveling by kayak and dog sled, and thriving in one of the world's most unforgiving environments. Most Greenlanders live along the western coast, where the climate is milder and the sea remains navigable for much of the year. The capital city, Nuuk, is the largest settlement, yet it has fewer than 20,000 residents. Greenlandic culture is deeply connected to the land and sea. Even today, traditional hunting and fishing play a vital role not just economically, but culturally and spiritually. Part 4. History. From ancient Inuit to Vikings and empires, human presence in Greenland dates back over 4,500 years. Several waves of Arctic peoples migrated through the region, adapting to shifting climates and environments. Around the year 985 AD, Greenland entered recorded European history when Eric the Red, a Norse explorer, exiled from Iceland, established Viking settlements along the southwestern coast. The Norse named the land Greenland, likely as a promotional tactic to attract settlers. For several centuries, these Viking communities survived by farming, hunting, and trading with Europe. But by the 5th-10th century, the Norse settlements mysteriously disappeared, likely due to a combination of climate cooling, isolation, economic decline, and conflict with Inuit populations. Greenland later became firmly tied to Denmark, beginning as a colony in the 18th century. For much of its modern history, Greenland was governed directly from Copenhagen. This colonial relationship shaped Greenland's economy, language use, and political institutions, sometimes at the cost of indigenous culture and autonomy. Part 5. Political status. Autonomy without independence. Today, Greenland is an autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark. It has its own parliament, known as the Inuit, and its own government responsible for most domestic affairs, including education, healthcare, natural resources, and environmental policy. Denmark retains control over foreign policy, defense, and currency. In 2009, Greenland gained expanded self-rule, including the legal right to pursue full independence, if its population chooses to do so through a referendum. However, independence comes with challenges. Greenland's economy relies heavily on fishing and Danish financial subsidies, which make up a significant portion of its budget. Still, many Greenlanders view independence as an eventual goal, particularly as climate change opens access to natural resources that could transform the economy. Part 6. Strategic geopolitical importance. The new Arctic frontier in the 21st century. Greenland has become one of the most strategically important places on Earth. As Arctic ice melts, new shipping routes are opening between North America, Europe, and Asia. These routes could dramatically reduce travel time for global trade. Greenland sits directly along these emerging corridors. Militarily, Greenland occupies a critical position between North America and Europe. During the Cold War, it was a key part of early warning defense systems against Soviet missiles. Today, the United States maintains a major Space Force base at Pacific, formerly known as Thule Air Base. This installation plays a role in missile defense, space surveillance, and Arctic security. Interest in Greenland has surged from global powers, including the United States, China, and Russia. China, in particular, has shown interest in Greenland's infrastructure and mineral resources, raising concerns among NATO allies. The island's geopolitical value became impossible to ignore in 2019, when the idea of the United States purchasing Greenland, though widely criticized, highlighted just how strategically valuable the island truly is. Part 7. Natural resources. Wealth beneath the ice. Beneath Greenland's ice and rock lie vast untapped resources, including rare earth elements, uranium, iron ore, zinc, potential oil and gas reserves. These materials are essential for modern technology, including renewable energy systems, electronics, and defense equipment. As ice retreats, access to these resources becomes easier, but also more controversial. Mining promises economic independence, but it also threatens fragile ecosystems and traditional ways of life. Greenland faces a difficult balancing act between development and preservation. Part 8. The reason Greenland matters. The climate connection. Greenland is one of the most important places on Earth for understanding climate change. Ice cores drilled from the ice sheet preserve atmospheric records going back over 100,000 years, allowing scientists to reconstruct Earth's climate history in remarkable detail. But Greenland isn't just recording climate change, it's actively shaping it. Accelerating ice melt contributes directly to global sea level rise, threatening coastal cities worldwide. Meltwater from Greenland also disrupts ocean circulation patterns, including the Atlantic Meridian O overturning circulation, which helps regulate temperatures across Europe and North America. What happens in Greenland does not stay in Greenland. Greenland is not merely a remote Arctic island. It is a climate regulator, a geopolitical linchpin, a cultural homeland, and a testing ground for humanity's future decisions. Its ice holds back rising seas. Its location shapes global security. Its people stand at the crossroads of tradition and transformation. As the world warms, Greenland will continue to change, and in doing so, it will change the world. Whether Greenland becomes a symbol of cooperation, conflict, sustainability, or exploitation will depend on the choices made in the decades ahead. One thing is certain: Greenland is no longer on the edge of history. It is at its center. If you found this video interesting, please hit that like button and subscribe for more informational videos. Thank you.